Dain Suzaku has already taken down all the guys, and this was a piece of cake for them, and they see Kijin, her opponent, is really strong, but Kijin is stronger as her unique skill is really a special one. Women tells Kijin, didn't she tell her that she will exterminate her? Kijin thinks her opponent's physical abilities are far better than hers. Women takes out her claws and charges onto Kijin. Her blows are getting heavier for Kijin, but she blocks it eventually. But as Kijin was standing, Women charges and hit her with her claws, and Kijin got hit and was on the edge. Women tells Dain Suzaku why are they playing around instead of helping her. Suzaku tells her because they have finished their job. Women thinks of them as idiots and tells them she will kill Kijin and will come for them. They both starts laughing and tells her that she will never beat Kijin. Her power is in different level than hers. Women tells them, let me show you what can do, and charges towards Kijin. Then Kijin uses her unique skill and cuts through her attacks instantly, and Women can't believe she lost even after using the injection. Dain Suzaku both are surprised to see Kijin powers in action. Kijin tells Dain her powers are amazing too. She tells her to trade powers with her. She tells her they can't, as she will be more weaker without her powers. Kijin's unique skill name is Moment's Return, which allows her to send her opponent 0.1 seconds back in time. These unique skills are the reason they are called the 12 Heavy Generals, the strongest Shikigami. However, Kijin never thought she would had to use her unique skill to defeat her. Dain thinks it must be because of the injections she took, which make her really strong. On the other hand, Wayne cuts her ropes and picks up Sophie in her arms as she tells him to be careful and got passed out. Wayne calls Tamo and hands Sophie to her to care of her and moves towards the culprit. The gloomy guy has added Sophie's mana gene in their grug and can produce the artificial awakened ones. He tells Wayne now finally they can create a world where whether you are strong or weak everyone will be equal. Wayne tells him it's useless, Dad doesn't care about his ideals. He takes the injection and really becomes a monster, which he called Awakened One. Wayne tells him monstrous is a good way to put him, as he really have become a monster. He tells Wayne that he is looking the king of the new world. Wayne tells him he doesn't care, as in his previous life he has defeated a lot of evil monsters, and he will be no different from them. It's time for Wayne to perform an exorcism. He starts laughing as Wayne still thinks he can beat him. Monster quickly comes behind Wayne to attack him, but Wayne uses his spirit blade to block his attack. But he has hardened his skin, so Wayne won't cut through it. Wayne tells him let's do it serious. Then Wayne uses Flash Step, which hurts the monster. Monster says it doesn't matter as Wayne can't stop me. He uses Cursed Chains on Wayne, and chains restrained Wayne from moving. Wayne needs to do something quickly, as he doesn't any mana he will get killed. He uses his spiritual power and hits the spell in its weak point and breaks the chains easily. Monster is surprised to see this. Wayne quickly cuts him as his sword hurt him before, and he starts to bleed. Monster doesn't understand what's going on. He tells Wayne he is impressed by him, as no one has ever compete with him in the Awakened One form, and asks Wayne to join his organization. Wayne tells him no, as he would never work under someone, and also he wouldn't like to be his boss either. After all, his anger won't subside until he takes him down. He says then he will have to kill him right now and show him the true power of Awakened One. He blasts the whole building, and the whole building goes down to ashes. Wayne thinks it's some serious power, but it's useless if he can't hit him. Wayne uses his spirit shockwaves and plunges him down, but then he sees the people, comes up, uses his full power, and create a huge purple ball of power, and thinks as Wayne won't be able to fight in protecting his friends. Wayne says he really is a monster, as he doesn't care killing his own people. Wayne contacts Kijin using his telepathy and tells her to protect the people, as he is going to get serious now. Wayne uses his strongest technique named Ultimate Spirit Flame and also infuse his black flame with it, creating a more powerful spell, and they both fire their spells to each other, which creates a huge explosion, but Wayne's attack cuts through his spell and burn him to falls on the ground. Wayne comes down and says he will exorcise him now. As he uses his purification spell, he sees his memory, how his parents were killed by a burglar when he was young. So he decided to learn magic to protect himself. Luckily sponsored by someone, he becomes a scholar and also met the love of his life. But this happiness goes away in an instant. His love was stolen by a noble. Being a low status, he couldn't do anything to protect her. His talent helped him when he wrote revolutionary thesis on magic, which was also stolen by the noble. All his achievements, which changed him. He says he will create a world where equality is justified. After seeing everything about his past life, he tells him that his memory shows that he is not a bad person and asks him if he wants to join him. Gloomy guy is surprised to hear this. Wayne tells him he will make his dream come true, as he has amazing knowledge of magic. Why not use that knowledge for his sake? Gloomy Guy starts crying as they both shake hands, and he tells him he swears his everything to him. Wayne tells him he will be looking forward to work with him. Kijin gets happy seeing them. No, everyone was rescued. They destroyed the castle. All their members were arrested and was sent to the Alstera prison. They also burned all the amplifying drug that they made and also heal Sophie by Gembu, who is an exceptional healer. Sophie will be alright soon. All the rescued people were sent back to their respective homes. Everyone thanks Wayne for helping them. Wayne feels shy and thinks this was a new experience for him, as he used to only save people in secret. The news was published on the national newspaper, and Kijin tells Wayne that his reputation finally seems to be rising now. Wayne is happy to hear this. Kijin asks him about the letter. He tells her it's a letter sent by Sophie's father. He is inviting him to his mansion. Kijin gets happy hearing this, as says if it wasn't for Wayne, Sophie would have died. Wayne tells her he didn't do much, he just helped out a single friend. Kijin tells him he is really a great man. Wayne thinks things turns out to be great, having one of the 7 nobles indebted to him, and it can also help his weak territory as well. The next day he goes to their mansion and was escorted to his room but their maid. Wayne thanks him for the invitation. He is very grateful. Sophie's father tells him he is the who should be grateful as he saved his daughter. They sits down and maid gives Wayne tea. Sophie's father says let's get to the point and asks Wayne to marry his daughter Sophie. Wayne gets shocked hearing this and spits his tea on him. He wipes it off. Wayne is so embarrassed and apologizes to him, as it was just such a huge shock for him. He tells him no problem, as you saved my daughter from the kidnappers. Otherwise it wouldn't have ended well. His daughter would have died and the kingdom would have had to suffer. Then he asks Wayne again with a smiling face, do you want to marry my daughter? Wayne asks him does Sophie know about this? He tells him of course not. Wayne tells him it would be great not make such a decision without asking her opinion first. Therefore he politely declined his offer. After all, Sophie is very important to Wayne. Sophie's father says important and friend Han now. He said he is more reluctant to marry her off with Wayne. Wayne didn't like that. Sophie's father tells him she would be a great wife. She is very pretty and young. She is very brave and also has an admirable side to her as well. She is very kind, respect all kinds of people regardless of their status. He asks Wayne has he changed his mind. Wayne tells him his answer is still no. He says let's put this topic on hold for the next time. Wayne thinks there will be a next time too. Sophie's father tells him if he can't join their families, is there anything else he can do to pay for his kindness? Sophie's father say that he will hand over a part of their territory over to the Granado family. Wayne definitely likes that idea. Wayne thinks this would be a great help, and he will take full advantage of this. Wayne tells him then there's a specific part of a territory he would like. He says I'm all ears, tell me. Wayne says that he would like to have the land of Colbert village, which is close to Granado's territory. Sophie's father tells him but that area is barely developed, so Wayne is after the mineral deposits of that land. Wayne says no. While it's true that it's a region rich in minerals, but what draw actually his attention was the land itself. That land has everything in resources that his land lacks. Sophie's father tells him that the land is very hard to develop, you know that, don't you? Wayne says of course. He says okay, he will transfer the Colbert village and also his surrounding to the Granado family. Wayne thanks him. Sophie's father says he should be the one thanking him for saving his daughter. Wayne asks him can he Sophie right now? Her father says he don't mind. He tells his maid to show him the way to Sophie's room. Sophie's father says he is just like his father. He might be someone who is going to lead our nation someday. Sophie is lying on her bed. Can't stop to think about the time Wayne when he saved her. Has Wayne made his way through such dangers to save her after all? Sophie thinks he thought of her as a friend or he thinks of her as something more. She just can't stop thinking about him and jumping to conclusions. She gets out of her bed to do some exercise and focus on swinging her sword, then she might be able to forget about it. She opens her room door. Wayne is outside her room. She is shocked to see him. He says hi and tells her sorry for coming unannounced to see her. She gets happy thinking Wayne came to see her. Wayne says she wasn't looking good when he saved her, so he was worried about her. She starts blushing hearing this, suddenly remembers she is in her nightie and quickly closed her door on Wayne. She says sorry but she is not feeling well. Wayne tells her it's okay, take your time, and hopes she recovers quickly. Sophie in her room thinking she messed up. How could she treat him like that after all? He saved her life. Wayne thinks she avoided her as he thinks it was right choice to refuse the marriage proposal. It would have hurt Sophie if he had accepted the offer. Now Wayne thinks about the land he got from Lord Norbert and will put into great use. He goes back to the capital in his villa where Kijin welcomes him. Wayne tells her he would like to return to the Granado territory immediately. They into a room. Wayne uses his teleport jutsu and returns back to their territory instantly. Wayne maid asks him when did he return from the capital. He tells her he just arrived a short while ago. He asks her if Rikugo is in the office. She tells him he is. Wayne goes in the office. Rikugo is in there and asks Wayne what he can do for him. Wayne tells him that he have obtained a new territory, so he thought he should come back to tell him. Rikugo thinks it's great. Now Wayne's spiritual power is back to how it was before, and now he can use all the 12 heavenly generals at once to do some rapid developments in their territory. Rikugo thinks it's a great idea. Now Wayne summons all 12 of the heavenly generals and give them instructions. Now Wayne has enough spiritual power to maintain all of them and tells them they will expect to be summoned all the time now. One of them attacks Wayne from behind. Another general comes and stops his attack and tells him to not disrespect Wayne-sama. His name is Toda, and he is a problem child among the 12 generals. Wayne tells him he would fight him next time, and for now just go along with the work he gives him. If he doesn't listen to him, Wayne can always cancel his summon. They gets happy as it feels like old times to them. Wayne gave them orders and tells them they are going to make some big improvements in the territory. Everyone gets excited and says they will follow Wayne orders. Wayne tells them the reason why Granite Territory is called the weak and small territory in all of Alstera, because their population, military, and economics are all below the norm. Wayne wants to improve in these areas first. Kijin will be supporting Wayne at the academy. Rikugo will manage the territory. Tama will be in charge of housework and management of the villa. Tenku will gather information on these subjects Wayne listed. Kauchin will become an instructor and improve their soldier skills. Siryu and Tenku will establish and manage a new merchant company. Jembu will open a temporary hospital and treat the injured people at the church. Which left these four: Suzaku, Dane, Tuda. Bayako will be in charge of developing the new territory. Dane asks Wayne what should they do to develop the new territory. They have no idea how to do it. Wayne tells her they just need to get along with the locals. It's simple as that. The people Killbot village doesn't like the fact that Wayne is their lord, so these four should get along with these locals to gain their trust. This is Wayne's idea. Dane loves the idea and gets excited. Siryu says if the plan goes well her company will come in handy. Wayne says that's right. This is the reason he asked her to start one. Toda tells Wayne then he can wild, then naturally Wayne will have to fight with him. Wayne tells him that's why Bayako and Suzaku with him to prevent this from happening. Dane asks Wayne why did he team her together with them. Wayne pats head and tells her she is cute and innocent, and people easily take a liking to her. She gets happy and tells Wayne he knows her very well. All the Shikigami starts laughing, which means that she is like a child. Wayne says to everyone he will be counting on them, as they all bow to him and tell him as he wish. The next day at the school everyone seems to know about Wayne as he is the one who saved Sophie. But Wayne finds it uncomfortable students staring at him. Kijin says should she go and knock everyone out. Wayne tells her as there's no need to do that. He comes in the classroom and sees Sophie and asks her if she is feeling all right. She tells him she is feeling better now. Sophie apologized to Wayne for closing her door on him when he came to check up on her. Wayne tells her it's okay as she was not feeling well. Sophie thinks he is a really kind person, as they are friends so it's natural, and she starts blushing. Then teachers comes in the class and ask everyone to settle down. His name is Korin, and he will be magic teacher for their class. Before starting the class, he says those students who can't use magic and they use whatever jutsu should not get in his way of educating other talented students. Wayne says he is practically calling them out. Kijin gets mad. Sophie tells the teacher that it is rude to ask a student question like this. He tells her he just speak the truth as this academy is made for those who have a lot of mana. If they don't have it, they don't belong here. Teacher tells them he will begin the lesson as they are just wasting time now. Wayne thinks this is going to be a troublesome class. Teacher tells the students that magic spells are ranked in order from 1st to 7th rank. Right now, students can only use low-ranking magic from 4th to 7th. But from now on, he will teach the students high-ranking magic from 3rd to 1st ranks. The only capable person who is capable of using most of the 1st rank spells is their principal Rolla Vista. Teachers tell them learning 1st rank spells might be difficult, but he would like everyone to be able to use at least 3rd rank spells, which are considered high rank. Although there are some students who can't even use low-ranking magic, which is none other than Wayne and Kijin. He tells the students to put their hand on these crystal balls to get their mana evaluation, which spells best suit their mana. A student comes in who has an attribute of water, which is suited for assistant spells due to its lacking amount of mana. Another student comes in, same thing goes for her, but she has the light attribute. Teacher tells them this year quality of students is not great. Sophie comes forward. Teacher says that's why a chump with no mana was able to take the first place. Sophie gets mad and tells Korin Sensei that Wayne is way more powerful than both him and her. He gets irritated hearing this, then Sophie touches the crystals, and they started glowing brightly. Everyone is surprised to see this, as she is the best one so far, Wayne says, as he expected from Sophie. Teacher is shocked to see Sophie mana, and tells her she has incredible talent in magic. Sophie says thanks and tells him she was able to output this much mana is thanks to Wayne, because he identified what was wrong with it and fixed it instantly. Teacher didn't like that at all, and says how can he fix it, he doesn't have any mana at all, and calls the next student, which is Kijin. She comes forward. She telepathically asks Wayne how much mana should she pour into the crystal. Wayne asks her does she have mana. She tells him yes, a fair amount of it. He tells her to pour as much she can without surpassing Sophie. Teacher tells her what's wrong, you can't do it. Then Kijin pour her mana into the crystal, and it starts glowing as the same color as Sophie. Everyone thinks she is on the same level as Sophie, maybe even better. Sophie is happy to see it, as this is to be expected from Kijin. Teacher is surprised to see this and calls the next student, which is Wayne. Teacher thinks it's final, his turn. The whole reason he is doing this to expose Wayne right here, just how useless he is. On the other hand, Wayne is thinking what he should do as he doesn't have any mana, and he is also curious about what would happen if he poured spiritual power into this magic crystal. He pours spiritual power and nothing happens to the crystal. Then suddenly, the students notices that the color of the crystal is changing to black. Teacher is surprised to see this. Seeing an effect, Wayne pours more spiritual power in the crystal, and it turns pure black and get broken into pieces. Wayne, teacher, and all the students are surprised to see this. Teacher asks Wayne what is he doing. Wayne apologizes and thinks magic crystals are quite fragile. The teacher gets more irritated. The crystals have been used in the academy for decades. No one ever has been able to break it using their mana. Teacher tells them to quiet down as he is going to get another crystal. All the students surround him and tells Wayne that onmyoujutsu is quite amazing. They are happy seeing their rude teacher get surprised. Seeing this, Sophie gets happy as he has started to blend in with them. This student is next and thinks Wayne has put Korin Sensei in mad mood, which will be troublesome for her. Korin brings the new crystal and asks Henry to test her mana. She puts his hand on the crystal, and it doesn't glow. Teacher asks her is this all she can do. In his all years of teaching here, this is the first time he has seen such hopeless light. He tells her not to bring down other students and goes back to her seat. Wayne, seeing all this, thinks then she must have other talents which helped her pass the entrance exams, which means she is really great in other areas except magic. Teacher tells the students their next lesson will be practical training and tells them to split up into groups of 2, and they will have to find the goal in the middle of the forest next week, and they can start looking for their partners now. Everyone huddles around Sophie to ask her be their partner. She thinks now she can't ask Wayne to be her partner with everyone surrounding her. Kijin asks Wayne what are they going to about pairing up. Wayne tells her someone has caught his eye and tells Kijin it's Henry. She quietly leaves the classroom and Wayne thinks now will be a good chance for him to talk to her. She goes to the cafeteria and was thinking about how nobody wants to pair up with her. Wayne comes from behind and asks her if he can sit with her. She tells him she doesn't mind and sits next to her. She asks him what does he want. Wayne tells her he just need to talk with her as they both are under the same circumstances. She tells him they are nothing alike as he have onmyoujutsu. He tells her this is he wanted to talk about with her. She doesn't have much mana, yet were able to pass the entrance exam, which she was admitted here because she of her talent. She tells Wayne she knows a lot about magic which helped her get in the academy. Wayne asks her as she know a lot, is there anything in which you are especially good at? She tells him she liked making magic tools, she is crazy about them. She applied to this academy to polish her skills into making the magic tools, but it's a lot tougher than she thought. She tells Wayne if she was a little stronger she wouldn't have such a hard time. In that case, Wayne asks her if she is free after school to come to his mansion, and they can have a special training for the next week. Wayne tells her if she doesn't have much mana, then she should just invent her own personal magic. She asks is that even possible. Wayne tells her of course as she have a lot of knowledge about magic. She thanks Wayne and tells him she will try her best. After school she comes to the mansion and shows Wayne what she can do. Wayne asks her that she can use magic without chanting. She tells him yes, since she did it all the while making magic tools. Wayne thinks chant emission is really difficult as it requires a certain amount of magic and mana concentration. Even in Alsura, there are not many magicians who can use magic without chanting. Wayne asks her to fire a spell in the way he asked her to. She asks him what way would that be. He tells her to fire the spell using less mana into it than usual. She asks him wouldn't it will make the spell weaker. Wayne tells her they are testing, let's give it a try. C tries putting less mana into the spell and creates a huge ball of water which destroyed the target. Henry is shocked to see this and asks Wayne what just happened. He tells him using less mana made you use the spell effectively. Henry asks Wayne to tell her in more detail. Wayne tells her everyone in this world only thinks about casting the same spell in the same way, while they sometimes shorten or omit their chance, but they always use the same process. That goes for Henry as well, but once she switched the method she was able to fire powerful spells despite having small mana pool. Henry is surprised to hear about this, as Henry has developed excellent mana control from making magic tools, so that's why Wayne thought she would be able to do it. Henry tells Wayne this is really amazing as she would have never guessed it on her own. Also, this idea will shake the whole world's concept of magic. Wayne tells her it's maybe because he doesn't have mana and he is an exorcist. Wayne asks her now she thinks people will treat her more kindly. Sophie gets really happy and now will be able to manage in the academy thanks to Wayne. And also it's her first time someone praised her at the academy. She is overjoyed. Wayne asks her would she like to pair up with him. She won't mind, but she will slow him down. Wayne tells her not to worry, let's ace the exams, and leaves Sensei Korin speechless. Henry starts laughing and says Wayne is real amazing, and tells him she would love to pair up with him if he doesn't mind. Wayne says of course, and they shake hands on it. After 1 week later, training week arrives and everyone is gathered outside with their partners. Teacher tells them their exam will start from here and they have to collect these crystals from the forest and bring them back with them, and those who are not back until sunset will fail the exam. They can expect both monsters and traps on the way there, so students should advance with utmost caution. Then teacher sees an interesting pair, which is Henry's and Wayne. He tells them they will go first and should climb the mountains without getting in their way. Wayne says they will try their best and moves forward. Wayne tells Henry to go at her own pace as he will match it. As soon the teacher says start, Henry channels her mana and uses acceleration magic and goes forward quickly with blue flames covering her. Everyone is shocked to see this, especially Sensei Korin. Kijin thinks this is to be expected from Wayne. Sophie is also surprised to see this, as Henry couldn't even use magic last time, and thinks Wayne really is amazing at helping other people grow. Sensei Korin gets irritated and doesn't understand what did they do.